right. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. All right, we do have some live trades right now. Might have been a bad trade, but the setup looks pretty well, you know. Pulled back to this resistance level, got a nice bounce, retested this level over here, got back into the range. We did get rejected by this level up there. We are coming to retest this support level here. Hopefully Bitcoin can hold 115,000. I mean, we had a beautiful PNL to the end of the day. No reason really to be trading up over 500 on the day, but setup is a setup. You can be biased. There is one bearish scenario where we have this kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder setup over here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That would be the setup we're looking at for the downside. Wouldn't be a large dip. We would be retesting roughly this box over here. That's if we can't hold these levels right now. Looking at the 1 hour time frames is a lot cleaner. I mean, what we're looking for here is we made a nice little bull flag with a measured move roughly up to about 116.5. It is classic for Bitcoin to do a quick little liquidity grab before the move. I thought this might have been it, and I thought this might have been the second one. I thought we were good to go. Might get stopped out over here. We're risking 40 bucks roughly, so wouldn't really be too mad. Just finished a nice workout in the gym. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go put some background music.
Big boy, you really want to see if you can close your candles above these two closes. That's going to help us a lot. That's going to help people feel more confident to open bigger long spots as well. So we just want to see if the weekly candle can close below this key area, 113,000. Above this area. We don't want to close below 114K. You want to close above it. If you can go all the way up, even fine. But it looks like, that may be the weekly high, and then we're kind of going to hover. As long as the weekly candle closes somewhat like this, I'll be happy. It could close even a little lower. But I'd like it to hang above.
We're going to risk a little more on this trade, get a real 3-to-1.
Bitcoin.
Since I'm trying to catch that move all the way up to 117.5, maybe 118.
Shoulder, head, right shoulder could break us further to the upside. Really start that process of the bigger move. Okay. Again, we always have to be wary of shoulder, head, this right shoulder, and a dump to
love
the
this
downside.
guy, dude. Learned everything off this guy, Sam Price, crypto lifer. What a legend.
Everyone's going to be overly bullish, and what if something doesn't go right? And everyone could be overly bearish, and what if we rip? I'll be able to trade this no matter what. I'll find the move above the 4-hour 200 moving average, and I'll trade it because that's what I do. I won't second guess. I won't think. I won't speculate. I won't watch crypto Twitter. I won't read the news. I'll do exactly what the moving averages tell me to do every single time. See what I'm saying? I won't budge. And because I don't budge and do the same thing every time, I will win every time. My risk management will take care of me. It has. Look at my P&Ls. They bang. I trusted my P&Ls. They work because I know the system works. Once you find a beautiful risk management strategy, just go at it every day and don't change. The problem is people aren't able to be consistent. One day they do one thing, the next day they do it. It took me years.
We are going back to the downside.
And I couldn't, well, I'm not consistent. Well, because some days you jump in the middle of the night, Sam. Sometimes you do that. Sometimes you use the MACD. Sometimes you use support. Sometimes. And now it's like, yeah, I use a mix of things. But there's reasons why I get into every trade that are pretty much all the same parameters. So now we're looking at that 5-day looks good. The 3-day broke out of the falling wedge. Clear as day. Right? Still, it's funny. I never looked at it this way. I never saw this before. Shoulder, head, could that make a right shoulder? I never looked at it that way. That's the first time I ever saw that. It's possible. You know, I'm open-minded.
Come on. It is a very low volume Friday. Like, to be honest, kind of wish I didn't open this trade, but in a way the setup is there. You know, the setup is there. You can be biased. You can't do what you think or what you want. You got to do strictly what the chart is telling you to do. And in this case, the risk to reward is valid. Stop loss at 114.248. We did lower it from 114.600 just in case we lose the support level. Come retest this level here. See how that goes. Shit, I gotta go get some breakfast soon. Raising the stop loss. Follow sound. Minutes forecasted. Making a higher low. Come on, get a nice little bounce here. Rounded bottom, I like that. Like this. I guess I can move my stop loss up, break a structure, get me out. I might be coming to retest the top of this range as well. Stick with my stop loss. Be a break of structure, but it would also be a nice little liquidity grab for the move. Friday morning, not many traders, not much volume. You know, we had $100 million of volume here. Got that shit right back up.
fancy stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on two separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on two separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
Back in the green. We're back in the green. Bitcoin did respect that low. I hope. The fact that it's a no wicker, I am not a big fan of, but it is what it is. Wait, my entry is all the way down here? What am I doing? Alright, back to the 1 hour for the good stuff. The 1 hour looks so much better than the 15-minute, god damn it. Stochastic ready to move. Time get stopped out? Alright, we're back above 115. Let's go, let's go. Back above 115. Bum, bum, bum. Why don't I see the chat? Oh, it didn't send. Good morning, Mr. Lux. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Doing well. Oh, Keith is absolutely. Gotta love the breakouts, respecting the motherfucking chart. Bum, bum, bum. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jeez, I shouldn't have closed that ETH trade. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I wasn't supposed to take it. 45.48. So still higher than we were now. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. 24.55 for Chainlink. That trade setup was absolutely free. I mean, honestly, this trade is still valid. It might be a little bit less than a 3-to-1, but almost a 3-to-1. Okay. Now it would be nice. Did this candle make a wick yet? Open 213, low 207. Yes, it did. It made a wick. So essentially, when the candle opens green, or in my case blue, and doesn't make a bottom wick, no matter how hard it pushes, I'm under the impression that it will reverse to come back, made a bottom wick, and then if there is some bullishness, it'll go from there. But very happy to see that it did make a bottom wick first. Three to one. All right, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. So we can see the 21-day moving average on the 1 hour is an extremely strong support level. We are nice and oversold. I do see the stochastics kind of rolling over here for a potential retest. As of now, I see the setup as valid. It's a 3 to 1, not risking much anyway, so it's worth taking. The risk to reward is definitely there. Good morning, good morning. Can I get a good morning in the chat? Good morning, good morning. So usual me would have moved the stop loss a little bit higher or whatnot, but I would have got tapped out. I could still lose the trade, obviously, but at least this way I have a lot more buffer room. It would be nice if this could move a little bit. Can't even add to it. Wait, 200,000? Woo! Come on, Bitcoin. Give us a breakout. Come on, Bitcoin. Alright. Good looking 1 hour candle so far. We're only 10 minutes in though. And I am not allowed to trade after this Bitcoin trade until next week, Monday. Damn, pass on a fucking 4.9 Camry? God damn. Alright. Sorry guys, I know you want music. Give me 2-3 minutes. I'm gonna turn it back on. Just having some technical difficulties right now. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, my love. You wanna come up? Come up. Good girl. Could I get a kiss? Could I get a kiss? What do you want, my love? You wanna eat? You wanna go outside, get busy? You wanna eat? Okay, my love. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes, my love. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. My god, dude. Fucking car auction is dead this morning. Back above 115. Come on now. Alright, alright. Alright. Come on, hold that line, hold that level. Come on now. Come on now. Would be much better if it was a green vector. Isn't it? That is where all the money's at. You know, maybe they gotta slam down to 114.5 something again. But according to heat map, this trade should be safe. You know, all the liquidities all the way up to around this level here, 114.67, and the next liquidity stop is all the way up at 117, 118,000. So see it right here. We have no liquidity around 114.5. We do have a bunch around 116 all the way up to 117. Maybe I could one a little bit lower. Go to 117. 7-1. Still a good risk to reward ratio. I mean, this Arbitrum trade is a much longer time frame trade. You look at it on the 12-hour time frame. So So essentially same thing. People would call me crazy. I'm longing what is a potential shoulder head, right shoulder, which would bring us back down to the 200, around 41 cents. However, we have seen this previously in the past, where instead of it being a head and shoulder, it actually becomes an SR flip, where we come retest this whole neckline of resistance for a potential breakout to the next levels, which would be around 83 cents. Risk to reward on this is relatively similar. You know, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. Very, very strong project, Arbitrum, very strong network. One of the networks I personally use the most, whether it be liquidity pools, swaps, etc. Yeah, we have a 2.85 to 1 ratio. Risk 1 for 2.85. It is a large loss. I do get stopped out of this trade. However, it's only because I'm giving it a lot of room. In theory, if we lose these levels, we're gonna drop really fast. So now that I say that out loud, I can move my stop loss back up here because this would have been the SR flip retest. We tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6, 7 times. So it might be safe to say this could be the new low. We are risking 180 or 800. With the new stop loss, this is a 4-to-1 ratio. It's a little bit more rewarding than my usual trading setup. However, we're making an ascending triangle over here. I mean, I did kind of FOMO into this. The measure moves somewhere around 57 cents. Which would be the retest of these resistance levels right here. Actually, look at that. When in doubt, zoom out. Same thing. I'm retesting the whole resistance area, which was support as well. As you can see, we're trying to do that SR flip that we did over here. We held as support, support, support. Once we lost that level, it did become resistance for a very long time. So we're looking to hold essentially above the 50-cent level. Anywhere between 48 to 50 cents is the levels that we're looking to hold. Did I get in a little late? Yeah. Could I have gotten in at a better time? Yeah, but I'm not really looking at this as a day trade. This is kind of more of like a 2 to 5 month trade, I would say. The time span on this potential head and shoulder is somewhere in this neighborhood here. So we're breakout from here, which brings us somewhere into October, end of October. So we could potentially be seeing an 80-cent Arbitrum, maybe a little more, mid to end October. Obviously, the measured moves sometimes are off a little bit in timeline. However, not that often, not gonna lie. You can see here, like just for fun, I had a very, very big cup and handle target on Ethereum. Right here. In terms of time span, pretty on point. It said we'd be at around 5,000 by August 26th. We're at 4,600, and we're getting the breakout from this beautiful triangle. Like what I'm seeing here, Bitcoin back above 115,100. Very, very nice. I wonder, will it let me use BRVP on the free? Yeah, so we can see the high volume node. Yeah, high volume node is right around this area. We do have another high volume node right around here. Just so happens to be the top of this triangle, which would be a bullish retest. Like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin right now. You know, these past 3-hour candles are extremely bullish. We do have a very bullish 38.2 candle right here. So a 38.2 candle is essentially when the body of the candle, is when the wick occupies more than 38.2% of the candle and the body is above either the 618 in this case for a bearish scenario or under the 382. So the body of the wick would be like here or here to make it a bearish 382 candle. These usually just indicate that the bulls were absolutely in control the whole time. The bears obviously did their liquidity sweeps as needed, but we'll see what happens here. We will see what happens here. We are hitting that high volume node again. Right at 115,000. So, you know, a little bit of turbulence, absolutely normal. It's Friday, very, very, very low volume. But you know, the good thing I see is that usually on a very, very low volume, choppy day, what'll happen is that the pumps will be easily sucked back by the sellers if the bears are in control. But from what I'm seeing here, we are holding pretty strong at 115,000 despite the very, very, very low volume.
Each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions.
And we can see here 145 million volume in positive, 126, 230 million in the positive, and we're halfway into this 1 hour candle and we have 40 million in the negative, which shows that the volume on the buying side is much larger than the volume on the selling side. Damn. Today's a lazy Friday, man. Lazy Friday. It was so nice this morning. Now outside is disgusting. I was looking forward to getting a car wash, going for a little cruise in the skyline. You know, Friday shenanigans. Take my dog for a little drive to the coffee shop or something. But like she's gonna be staying in the garage. Slow and steady wins the race, boys. Honestly prefer seeing the slow and steady kind of support rather than just big green wicks, you know, that are just gonna turn into some of these essentially. This is not what you want to see after a pump. This indicates that we're automatically going back to some form of moving average. In this case, it was the 1 hour. All right, Bitcoin back in the green. You know, if there's one thing I learned this week is that the market's going to do its best and its absolute best to play with your emotions and to make you make impulsive decisions and changes on your setup. But if there is one thing I learned, especially this week, is that if you entered a setup because you saw a specific scenario, as long as the market structure remains in favor of your scenario, you should not move a finger, a mouse, get sweaty hands, palpitations, none of that. Let the trade play out, let the setup play out. I did lower the take profits only because I'm trying not to be greedy, follow where the liquidity is around up to, you know. We're obviously going to get a nice short squeeze if we do make it to the 116.87 range, which will push a little bit further to 117 some. Measured moves don't lie. That 4 hour inverse head and shoulder says, let's see exactly what it says. Yeah, it says 117.291. So if I've learned something the hard way, is the measured moves don't stop until the measured moves are completed. No matter what bounces or, you know, pullbacks occur on the way, the measured move is non-negotiable, at least from my personal experience. So the measure move says 117,200. So we will have our final TP up there. Anyways, can't be greedy. We hold Bitcoin on spot. If it keeps ripping, that's in our favor. ETH having a bit of trouble as well. I mean, Bitcoin is in an area where no one knows what's about to happen. However, I always say this, you know, whenever we're in a rounded formation, I like it. The easiest TA for me is to look for the market shape of structure. Let's say, you know, it's a very dumbed down way, but rounded. You know, I'm sure if we look at this on the 15-minute chart, we had a nice rounded setup. You know, we made a high, and then we just started this kind of like arc, you know, to the downside. And then you can see over here, you know, we are making a beautiful rounded bottom. I like very much. What happens on the smaller time frames will absolutely mirror to what happens on the bigger time frames. The charts move the same, whether it be on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 4 hour, daily, weekly. The moving averages behave the same, the price action behaves the same in correlation to the moving averages, etc., patterns, etc. The measured moves. So, you know, same thing here. We were ripping, and then we kind of started rounding off, and guess what? You know, continue to the downside. And if you zoom out on the bigger time frame, we were rounding off, you know. So whenever it's in a round formation, kind of, I'm always very weary. ETH is looking extremely bullish because on the 4-hour time frame, we're making this absolutely gorgeous cup. So like, my thought process is you can trade this cup as long as like that structure doesn't break, essentially. As long as we don't make a candle down here or in this range, you know, a little bit further down, structure remains intact. Hey, we're fighting. You see, I did see it rolling over here. But what I would really like to see is I would like to see it completely reset while the bulls and bears just fight it out exactly how they're doing right now, without making a lower low. You know, by just holding around this support level at $115,011, call it 115. That's what I would really like to see. Even if they fight it out for 2-3 hours, 4 or 5 hours, I don't really mind. Because, again, as long as the setup remains intact, you know, we haven't taken out this low, we haven't taken out this low, we haven't taken out that low. Does that mean we're going to come take out all 3 of them at one point before? Very possible. I call it the hold up, wait a minute. But we shall find out. Now, it does say I have 2 viewers. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Man, I need a new chair. We want to hold that low. Watch as I draw the line, you know, classic. As I draw the line. No, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Stop right there. That would be in perfect correlation. That would be gorgeous. That would be gorgeous. The trend is your friend until it's not. So right now it's been trying to stay friends. This for me is like the real low I don't want to take out unless we come take out all three to this line here, 114,681, and then a nasty wick back up. That would be gorgeous. That would be about to lose in 1 minute 200. I mean, no biggie really, but usually indicates a little bit of a cool down. All right. The trend is our friend. The trend is our friend. I like that. Always good to have a new friend. Come on, trend. One is in, which should be pulling. Trend is my friend. Me likey. Back to arbitrage on the 4 hour. 12 hours. Right? Yeah, we can let that. Whoops. It. Alright, getting a little push here. Bitcoin vacuuming up that 1 hour candle, dude. Because this is like an indecisive doji right here in theory, right? This doji candle says like we don't know who won that fight pretty much. It's a tie battle. But this is bullish. This is definitely a bullish reversal. So this is gonna pretty much tell tales right here. The close of this 25-minute, the close of this 1 hour candle in 25 minutes. You know, if this candle closes on the blue side, meaning green, you can't deny that that's a bullish. It's a bullish momentum, despite all the bears trying to lose those 2-3 support levels. I mean, they are micro supports, obviously, but trades back in the green. That's what we like to see. IO, absolute garbage. Zinnia. I mean, this is just the airdrop I got. I just turned it into a 2x long. I don't really care, but definitely not doing so well. I'm so confused right now. I gotta learn how to use OBS properly. I see. Alright. It's a beautiful candle. Beautiful. That is nice. So far, I like very much what I see. So what I'm looking for here to be a shoulder, a head. We're gonna pump up till around here, 115.6. Do a little bullish retest of this pattern, and off we go. That would be the absolute beautiful scenario of this rounded situation. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Damn. In theory, if we're coming to retest this high over here, there's a lot of shorts built up, you know, should give us the short squeeze momentum we need to maybe hit 117. Where is it? interested as to how that candle will close. Damn, it's gonna rain. Damn, we've been live for an hour, boys. I mean, in reality, this is kind of why I don't trade Fridays, because you end up just, just staring at a very, very low volume chart with not much movement. The setup holds. So far so good. Can't complain. That's for absolute sure. But I think we're gonna call it a day, boys. Let the chart play out. This is gonna take a couple hours for sure. But at least you know what I'm looking at, you know what ETH looks like, a lot of levels to look at for sure. Link in this absolute breakout on this 4-hour inverse head and shoulder as well.